Hey guys, welcome to another grip training session. Today I'm gonna try something that I haven't really tried before, and I hope it works, but let's see, okay? So first I'm gonna chalk my hands as usual. Then we start with a warm-up with the COC trainer, also as usual. And then we try to close a new gripper. And I can tell you it's not the COC number 1, so don't be disappointed. But it's not the COC number 1. Okay, so where do we have the trainer? There we go. COC trainer, right? Right leg. So my left hand is still hurt a little bit. I can hear that simply by the way it's not clicking as loud as on my right hand. Still have some problems here with my two knuckles because I was boxing the last 2 or 3 days. And this bag over there that you can see right now, this bag here, the big boy, is maybe just a meter or 10 centimeters tall, weighs 80 kilos plus, and is full of gravel and stones. So when you punch something like that, you obviously need a strong wrist and also strong knuckles, but they take a beating. Okay, so second warm-up set. Okay, that's great. Now let me drink something. So, what is the gripper that we're trying to close today? I expanded my gripper collection a bit and bought the Heavy Grip 200. Right? Heavy Grip 200. Not 300. Should be 200. Okay. So, as I said, to me, the Heavy Grip 150 is somewhat between the trainer and the 0.5. It's not as hard as the 0.5, but it's definitely harder than the trainer. And I tried it once yesterday, simply just by fun, and after boxing, so I was tired and I didn't chalk my hands, and I was almost able to close it, but it was not a real attempt. It was just simply for figuring out how strong, how much of a difference the 200 is in comparison to the 150. And I can tell you this, the 200 is nowhere near as hard to close than the COC number 2, 1.5, or even the 1. What I suggest is that it's more difficult to close than the 0.5, but a little bit less difficult to close than the 1. So, from my experience, before I start trying this, I can definitely say the heavy grips are really great intermediate grippers for people with smaller hands like me. Because even though we have intermediate grippers like the 0.5, then the 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, and obviously at the end the 4, those half points between levels can still be quite tough to reach in a decent amount of time for people with smaller hands. So I think that heavy grips definitely come in handy when it comes to that, because it's like when you're going up from a 150 to a 200, it's more like going up from a 0.5 to a 0.7.5. So quarter steps, quarter points. And therefore they really come in handy when you have intermediate grippers by IronMind and also those heavy grips, so that you reach those next intermediate levels and reach everything a bit faster. Okay, so that's the talking. Now let me chalk my hands again a bit. I try to close it with my right hand first, of course. So, the 200 again. That's the right one, that's the right one. So, that you can see, without setting it, 1, 2, no, I'm still too tired. And as it is stronger than the 0.5, which is my current max gripper, I definitely have some problems with it. Now let me see if I can do it with my left hand. I come a bit closer because this one is not as much damaged than my right hand, obviously. So that was my first attempt on the 200. So I can definitely say harder than the 0.5, but not as hard as the COC number 1. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is then we're gonna do some reps with a 0.5, but with a set. Let's take a normal set, just to make it easier. Okay. Closed. Whew. So yeah, the 200 is definitely harder than the 0.5, but not as hard as the 1. What would be interesting to know, of course, is, as a matter of fact, let me try this out. If I set the 200, am I then able to close it? Oh, very close. Still not able to. Okay, no problem. So that's my next goal gripper, guys. I thought the 1 would be my goal gripper, but it's the Heavy Grip 200. And I really like that they are really in between the COC gripper categories, the COC gripper levels, so that you really make progress in time and do not waste any more time than necessary. Okay, now let me set the 0.5 again and go for a max hold, because my hands are still a bit tired. And now for the last time with my left hand. Okay. So setting it. That's it, guys. That was the training session for the gripper training session for today. See you the next time.